What is going on, YouTube? This is Max coming back at you once again with another video. This time I finally got my in-wall speakers, the B&W CWM7.5 S2. Now if you like this type of content, if you could do me a favor by hitting that like button and that subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. So in this video I'm going to be doing the unboxing, and also I'm going to show the installation. Because one of the things I've been searching on YouTube is these speakers in particularly, and I haven't seen a lot of these videos out here, especially on the B&W's in-wall speakers. So I thought this would be a very great video for anyone who are interested in the B&W's, just show what it comes in the box and also showing the installation process. So I'm going to go ahead and switch back and forth and talk about the process. I'm not going to do a review on these in-wall speakers as of yet, but just going through the unboxing and installation. So I'm about to go ahead and switch to the next scene and go through the unboxing portion of it. Hope you guys enjoy. So switching cameras, so I bought 4 in-wall speakers. They finally arrived earlier this week. So I'm going to do unboxing on one of the boxes of the speakers just to show what's already in there, and then the other ones I'm going to get installed. But one of the main reasons, or one of the main drivers of why I went with the B&W's is a lot to do with the speaker back box, just because I don't want sound to go protruding from different areas around the house. Me being in the basement, I still don't want my family members to kind of hear my content, especially when I'm playing movies and also music. So this will help isolate a lot of the noise so it don't bleed out into other areas. So that was like one of the reasons why I went with this. Also too, I know people are going to ask me, why didn't they go with Kefs? So I tried to look at a comparable option with Kefs, but I couldn't find anything in that same price range. It's either the low or the high. And so that's why I went with B&W. So, and with this price range and with the sound quality, I just had to go with it. But going back to the unboxing, you can see that it comes with the manual. The manual is not all that helpful in my opinion, so you really have to know what you're doing if you're getting with these getting these speakers. But here is the speaker back box, and so this is what it comes with. So like I mentioned before, B&W has did a great job. There's where you put the speaker wire in that, but this is a beautiful speaker, and I try to be as careful as possible. So that's why you probably see me going back and forth, putting it on the ground, because I was kind of a little nervous if I was going to drop these speakers, especially with how they box this. You can see that with the styrofoam portion, once you take it out, it kind of like opens up, and so that kind of made me nervous. So one other things too that comes with the speakers is that there's an optional, it's like a plate that goes underneath the speaker back box. It's supposed to help with additional sound dampening for sound doesn't bleed out. When I went into B&W to try to do some research on it, it didn't say too much if it's going to do a huge performance gain on here. So when I went to the whole installation, we just went ahead and just took that out. I really didn't hear or seen or analyze any type of data that shows that it is better or not. So those are kind of like one of the things that if you're interested in these speakers, that is just totally optional. Because when you look at the manual is not very specific. It's very vague and what it's supposed to do and what's the naming of it. So just want to be let everyone be aware. So what we did was we just put the speaker back box and installed the speaker, and it sounds great. But this is a speaker. I'm about to go ahead and wrap this out of the plastic. Alright, so this is what the speaker comes out. So just like how I mentioned before, at this price range, Kef doesn't have anything that's comparable at this price. Is either they have a low tier or they have a super expensive tier. And for my use case scenario, that's kind of one of the main drivers for why I wanted to go with these B&W's. So yeah, I pretty much have all BMW except for my fronts, but I really like the KEF fronts compared to the BMWs. So switching scenes, the installers came by the next day to install the 4 BMW in-wall speakers. So just showing them doing the unboxing, and they're doing the measurements right now. So it's gonna look like it's gonna be pretty messy right now, but I try to do as best I can to capture some of the installation, so you're gonna see this kind of speed up a little bit. So after doing the measurement and the template trace out, they went ahead and cut the holes. You can see that I already had wires already installed when my basement was getting worked on. So now they are in the process of going ahead and install the speaker back box on the Wilkins. So they just completed the installation of the BMWs in-wall speakers. So right now they're just doing some finishing touches where they're doing some cleanup work, but I definitely praise them. They did a really good professional job. They was really on it. So after the cleanup work, here is the finished product. So if you see here, I have 4 in-wall speakers, and remember in my Atmos video, I have 4 in-ceiling speakers, and then I have my KEF speakers, my front and right and center. So that will bring it a grand total of 11 speakers, and I have 2 subwoofers too. So I have it set up as 7.2.4. So I will go over that, how everything sounds, in a later video, but I just want to let everyone know that it's finally done. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take the faceplate off so you could take a look at it a little bit more closely, and then I could kind of dive into some of the BMW portion. So with the BMW, it comes with a magnetic grill, so you could easily take it off and put it back on with no issue. So I just took the grill off just to show how the speaker looks on the wall. But after the installation, yeah, it's a pretty big speaker. So it's pretty simple to do if anyone is interested. It's pretty much just a magnetic grill. But I just wanted to show everyone what it looks like with it on and off. And after the installation and making sure the speakers work, they sound amazing. But like I said, what I mentioned before, this is not a review. I'm just going over just some of the things that I just noticed after the installation. So what do you guys think of the unboxing and installation of the BMW CWM7.5 S2? Please leave a comment if you have any questions regarding this installation and unboxing. But so far I am happy. I finally have my 7.2.4 speakers. So I have all my speakers. I got my Atmos speakers, I got my in-wall speaker, I got my KEF front speakers. And I know that one of the biggest questions that people want to ask is why I didn't do the whole BMWs. I was going to go to do the whole BMWs, but the front speakers, I was going back and forth with KEF. And I thought KEF were going to be the better solution for my front stage speakers. The reason why I didn't do KEF all around, and I mentioned this in my previous speakers, for the Atmos, the BMWs had this pivot when it comes to their speakers, and so I could pinpoint where the sound is coming from. People want to know why I went with the in-wall speakers. The BMW in-wall speaker is because for that price range, KEF doesn't have anything that's comparable. They even have more of a very low budget and a very high budget, but don't have anything in the middle. And one of the other things that kind of drove me to the in-wall BMW speakers is pretty much just the size of it too. Some of the KEF speakers are just way too big for especially the size of my basement, even though I could probably pull it off, but it was just one of those things. And then also too, with some of the KEF in-wall speakers, it didn't have subwoofers compared to the Bowers and Wilkins. And so that was one of the other things that kind of drove me to go to them. And they have on the BMW, they have a speaker back box, which the KEF doesn't have. So with the BMW having a speaker back box, it helps, doesn't protrude sound going above into the living room and upstairs. And it also will give better performance because now the sound is not going everywhere, but it's going directly where it's supposed to, where the sound is supposed to be directionally going to. So that was kind of like another main driver, the reason why I wanted to go to BMWs. Now, KEF in-wall speakers are great, but for my use case scenario and specifically, I had to go with BMW, especially for the price that I got it for. It was a no-brainer for me. But on the next video or a video later, I'm gonna go into more detail about the specifics and the reviews of pretty much all my speakers that you see around me, and then also too, I have everything hooked up to my Yamaha RX A88 if anyone is curious. And I'm also going to do some more tutorials on this, but that's in the video that I have right now. But if you like this type of video, I know I said this multiple times, if you could do me a favor hitting that like button and subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. Please comment on this video if you have any questions specifically about my in-wall speakers when it comes to the unboxing or the installation process. It took the installers roughly a couple hours to do. It was already pre-wired, but to get this installed, it did take some time to get the in-wall installation. So if anyone is ever curious, if they want to do a DIY project, that's something to expect too. So other than that, I'm about to go ahead and end the video, and thanks again for watching. Until next time, see everyone on the next one. Take care.